Hello and welcome to Kerrigan Travels. Today we head to the Kenyan coast and explore the Gedi Ruins. So Gede. It's one of the ruins that is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site near the Indian Ocean. So guys, this is me exploring my history books. Oh my god. So these are some of the houses, as you can see, just walking around them. And the winds were discovered in 1958, I guess. But just go for yourself and explore this history because I fell in love. So the tribe that is surrounding this area is mostly the Giriama. They're the prominent tribe of Kenya that lives around this area, and they believe the ruins are protected by the spirit. So if you try to destroy the ruins, something bad will happen to you. But going back to history, it's an historical monument. There's a snake park, and also there's a museum. So that is what we explored, plus the ruins. So history has it that the Gedi Ruins actually, the people who lived there just up and left. But one of the reasons why they up and left is because they ran out of water. So this place is a little bit far from the Indian Ocean and they depended on underground water. So when the wells dried up, they could not continue living there and they had to leave. So one of the amazing things about the Gede Ruins, it's not just the ruins itself, but also surrounded by nature, the trees, the monkeys, and yeah. So this is me in the ruins, just taking a walk. You can imagine I'm 5'6", and these ruins are taller than me. So you can imagine if they still were available, how they look like. So this is one of the houses. So the gated ruins were divided into classes: the upper class and the lower class. And depending on, this is one of the tour guides who actually was showing us around. Depending on what class you are able to um, live on the other part of town. So this is me peeping into a well. And yeah, like I mentioned, the trees in Gedi are actually old, over 100 years old, and it's part of the history that is in the area. So I was trying to zoom in because I was looking at all these branches, roots, and just how it looks from the outside. So nature will always prevail, as always. And yeah, so if you're Mofola, tell me, what kind of tree is this? Your girl was really intrigued anyway. So trying to be respectful, the other people filming. But yeah, and look at how tall this stem is. Oh my goodness. I was just amazed. I know I went to look at the winds, but I'm a nature girly, so I had to show you what I was seeing around. And yeah, so it was me at the Gede Ruins, looking at the different type of trees surrounding the area. So the reason why actually also there are trees around is because it's surrounded with it's within the Arabuko Sokoko forest. Yes, that was the name. And like I said, these are different settlements, and one of the wells where you could draw the water. So water was a main, like every civilization or any ancient whatever, water is efficient for survival. It's a must to have. So this is one of the rooms where one will walk in and just preach. And this is the tomb of the fluted pillar. The tomb of the fluted pillar, what was interesting about it, you could whisper, like you could make a flute noise, and when the wind whispers, it makes a flute noise. And like I said, we also visited the museum. So these are some of the pots that were excavated, although in pieces. You can see ancient Chinese cutlery, and trade was one of the major sources of wealth for the Gedi Ruins. Yes, so trade and that's why they were able to live for generations. And it was one of the rich dynasties at that time, but because of due to lack of water, they had to leave. This is the remains of a whale at the Gedi Museum. So zoom in, please do, and look at those remains of a whale. Huge. These are pottery, so they're also involved in that. So the history of a Swahili nation. One of the ancient Swahili towns and nations is the Gedi Ruins. Yes, so the museum you're not allowed to touch, but you can look at them. This is a Swahili bed. This was I'll say a box to put jewelry and stuff. And yeah, so they also had weapons, of course, made from iron. And the Swahili culture is to be friendly, and the food was also a big part of the culture. So going into the museum, I'll recommend going to the museum just to see the different types of architecture that they had, because the museum has also photos. And of course, I had to tell you how much it costed. I think it cost around 100 shillings for Kenyan citizens. For tourists, a little bit more, but enjoy. Bye.